A very good morning to all of you. In this class, I am going to start with another topic, immunity of chapter Human Health and Disease. Before going to start, first revise our previous class content. That is, in previous class we have already discussed about the common human diseases. These common human diseases are typhoid, pneumonia, common cold, then ascariasis, elephantiasis, amoebic dysentery, malaria. All these diseases caused by the different endoparasites. That means these are the bacteria of typhoid, Salmonella typhi is actually endoparasite that infect the small intestine of human and migrate in all organ of the body. So, and in severe case the proliferation or perforation of the intestine get occur, and severe case the man or infected person may die after the infection. So other than typhoid, some of the also disease caused by bacteria, that is pneumonia, is also caused by Streptococcus pneumoniae Streptococcus pneumoniae and Haemophilus influenzae that causes pneumonia or generally infect the lungs, or due to the infection or lung filled with the fluid, or due to the fluid filled in the lung alveoli, so that oxygen diffusion capacity of lung decreases because of decrease in the surface area of lung alveoli, or so that the lung alveoli are not able to bind oxygen or transfer oxygen, diffuse oxygen from itself. Now some of the other bacteria which are some of the other than bacteria disease caused by the viruses like common cold. Now, common cold caused by rhinoviruses mainly, or the rhinoviruses are the group of viruses in which approximately 180 type of viruses are present in this in the group of rhinoviruses. Now, except these common cold, pneumonia, where the lung or respiratory tract mainly infected, some of the other diseases caused due to the nematodes, Ascaris mainly. Ascaris that infect the large intestine as well as in small intestine both, or block the passes of intestine or passes of stool, so that because of the blocking of all these things, blocking of intestinal passes, the finally due to the huge infection or large infection, the patient need for surgery. Or ascariasis caused by Ascaris lumbricoides species, and some of the symptoms are that stomach pain, headache. Now blockage of intestinal passes. Also filaria also block the lymph node because they are parasite, also endoparasite, or belong to the nematode or species. Genus and species are Vauchereria malai and Bancrofti. These are the two species of the Vauchereria. Now they are endoparasite, mainly they exist in the lymph node. Other than these nematodes, some of the bacteria belongs to the protozoan family phylum. These are Amoeba histolytica and Plasmodium. Plasmodium cause malaria, and Amoeba histolytica cause amoebic dysentery. Now, Amoeba histolytica have the vector that is spread through vector, female Anopheles mosquito, where the Vauchereria is also spread through vector, that is Culex vector, Culex mosquito, spread through Culex mosquito. Now other than this disease, all these diseases spread through vectors or contaminated food and water, but there are so many thousands or millions of bacteria or viruses in our surrounding, and our body, without knowing them, our body always fighting with such bacteria and viruses. Now with the help how they fight, that is under the immunity, that is our defense mechanism against the microbes, against the viruses, against bacteria, pathogen. All these such kind of organism always attack on our body, and always our defense mechanism prevent the entry of these microbes in our body. So our defense mechanism prevents the entry of these microorganisms. If these organism get enter into our body, so they also prevent the growth of these microbes or destroy them into our body. So by all these mechanisms, they actually, our immune system, our body defense, our system of our body defends our whole part of the body. That type of system included in the immunity. Now, how the immunity get work, or what is immunity? Immunity, actually, the father of first the study of immunity is known as immunology. Immunology, study of immunity is known as immunology. Now, father of immunity is Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner is father of immunology because he was the first who introduced vaccine, who introduced the protection against the smallpox, and he identified that a milkmaid who was working around the cow actually generate immunity against the viruses similar to the pox viruses, that is cow pox. That cow pox mainly infect the cow, but they are the morphology and the mechanism of infection are similar to the smallpox. So that milkmaid was actually get immunity towards or against or create defense or prevent the entry of microorganism, also develop the immunity against the smallpox. So when he identified that that person, milkmaid, actually have generate their immunity against the microbes similar to the smallpox because of the cow, because of caring of the cow. These discovery of Edward Jenner, vaccine derived from the vacca. Vaccine derived from vacca, that is Latin word, or the meaning of vacca is cow. Because Edward Jenner identified that milkmaid actually have the immunity against the smallpox because they live, the milkmaid live in the surrounding of smallpox, or because in the surrounding of cow, or cow have is a virus which actually similar to the smallpox also infect the cow. Because of this reason, the milkmaid have immunity against the smallpox, and Edward Jenner isolate their serum, then introduce into that serum into the normal patient, so that normal human, so that human also get immunity towards against the smallpox. Then according to this name, the serum, also the antibody or serum are also said to be the dead form of microbe or viruses known as vaccine. As we already know, that vaccine is derived from the vacca, that is word vacca is Latin word, and is equal to meaning of vacca is cow, so similar to cow. Now if we define the immunity, so what is immunity? It is a ability of human, this is ability of human, it is ability of human to fight the disease causing organism, disease causing organism confer the immunity. conferred by the immune system called immunity. So what is immunity? That is ability of any human to fight against any of the disease causing organism by the immune system. That is, it is generated by our immune system, that if we fighting against any of the organism with the help of different type of cell, or with the help of different type of cell organelle, cell protein, also said to be signaling molecule, interferons, or some of the chemical barriers also present, like lysozyme, amylase. These are lysozyme, not amylase. Lysozyme also help in the protection against the different organism. Protection with they protect our body by from different organism by our immune system. So they actually generate from the immune system. That is our immune system. That is the system that mainly formed by the different organ that participate in the formation of immune cells, immune proteins that generate immunity, proteins that generated immunity. For example, the antibodies, interferon, these are the proteins, or these proteins are formed by the plasma cells and some of the infected cells. But these infected cells different type of immune cells, like WBCs, or how many types of WBCs are present. If we differentiate the WBCs, there are so many natural killer cell, monocyte, macrophages, natural killer cell, or cytotoxic T cell, T helper cell, T lymphocyte, B lymphocyte. All these type of cells get differentiated from the bone marrow, or WBCs. So or participate in the immunity, and that makes the immune system. All these organ, all these cells make immune system in our body. So ability of human to fight the disease causing organism. If any organism cause disease or get enter in our body, so our immune system differentiate the different type of cells according to the type of infection. That means if the virus there is attack of our virus, so some of the macrophages also can fight with the virus, but the major role of protein in fighting against the viruses, because most of the cells get destroyed during the fighting of viruses. It can be studied through the mechanism of humoral immunity or cell mediated immunity, which we will study in the later class. Now let us discuss about the type of immunity. There are two type of immunity, that is innate immunity, which we acquire or which we get at the time of birth. That type of immunity is known as innate immunity, and that immunity which we acquire through the environment, that is known as acquired immunity. Now the type of immunity based on the fighting against the organism also, and their mechanism of development. Now types of immunity. There are two types of immunity. First is innate immunity. Innate immunity. Now in innate immunity, that immunity that are present at the time of birth, that type of immunity is known as innate immunity. Mainly they are consist of four type of barrier. It is consist of four type of barrier. Innate immunity present at the time of birth, or consist of four types of barrier. Consists of four types of barrier. These four types of barriers are: first is physical barrier. physical barrier, then second is physiological barrier, third is chemical barrier, or physiological is also a chemical barrier, third is cellular barrier, and fourth is cytokine barrier. In this cytokine barrier, some of the chemicals also introduced for providing or generate the immunity. That chemicals are interferon, interleukin, that are mainly produced by the infected cells. So let us discuss about the types of barriers. So first barrier is physical barrier. In the innate immunity, in innate immunity, first barrier is physical barriers. Physical barriers are our skin or epithelial, mucus coating epithelial cells. Skin or mucus coating epithelial cell or epithelium cell or membrane. Mucus coating epithelium membrane. Now, how skin protect our body? Skin prevents the entry of different type of microbes or pathogens. Mucus coating epithelium membrane, which is present in our nasal cavity, our opening, for example, they are also present in our buccal cavity. So buccal cavity is also lined by epithelium membrane. Nasal cavity is also lined by epithelium membrane, and urogenital tract is also lined by mucus coating epithelium membrane. So such type of opening, such type of body opening actually covered by the such type of body cavity or opening is covered by the epithelium membrane, that is mucus coating epithelium membrane, that restrict the entry of, if any microbe, prevent the entry of any microbes or pathogen. If any microbe or pathogen enter into the nasal cavity, our mucus coating epithelium membrane, which is present in nasal cavity, restrict that microbe, so and expel it outside by the sneezing process. The coughing and sneezing also happen or considered in the type of the innate immunity, that is actually present at the time of birth. Sneezing, coughing. Now, mucus coating epithelial membrane help in preventing the entry of microbes, entry of pathogen by sticking them into the mucus, or by sneezing out, by the sneezing phenomena, they expel out of our body by the coughing also, through the coughing also. Now the second step is second barrier is physiological barrier. Physiological barriers. Physiological barriers are chemical or acid that protect our body, that prevent the entry or the microbes entered in our body. Actually, with the help of these chemical, all the microbes or pathogens get destroyed in our body. For example, acids in stomach. That means acids in our stomach actually destroy the microbes. If any microbes we engulf through the food, through the inhalation, or anyhow they enter into the stomach, or with the help during the swallowing or engulfing of food, if any pathogen enter into our stomach, the acids in our stomach, that is hydrochloric acid, will destroy that microbes. Now gastrointestinal tract also have mucus, also have some enzyme that kill entered pathogen or microbe. So gastrointestinal tract, gastrointestinal tract also help in destroying that entered pathogen or microbe. Now urogenital tract, urogenital tract also prevent the entry of microbes. So all these are lysozymes. Lysozymes are present inside the lysosomes. Actually, the lysozymes are considered under the cellular barrier because they are present inside the cell organelle. But acids in stomach present in the lumen or gastrointestinal tract. Actually, gastrointestinal tract lined by the chemical or enzyme that kill the microbes or pathogen, or urogenital tract also present in our body. Urogenital tract also have some acid or low pH, or low pH of urogenital tract also prevent the entry of any microbes. So because of this reason, if we talk about the pH of urogenital tract, acid or lumen, pH of stomach lumen or gastrointestinal tract, all these have the low pH, or due to this low pH the cell membrane of different microbes or pathogen or protein coating of different viruses get destroyed by the low pH or due to the different enzyme. Now except these saliva and tears in eyes, saliva in mouth, tears in eyes also prevent the entry of different microbes. Saliva also have the bacterial lysozyme, or due to this reason the bacterial lysozyme, through the bacterial lysozyme the cell of bacteria get degenerated within saliva. Now tears in the eyes also protect because eyes are also type of opening, or if any microbes get entered in our eyes, our tears protect that, prevent the entry of microbes or pathogen. Also they protect the eyes, our opening of eyes. Now except these, some of the cellular barriers also present. That cellular barriers also, if any microbes get entered in our body, so that cellular barriers get help in protection or prevent the entry of that microbe. These cellular barriers are monocytes, macrophages, natural killer cells, and polymorpho-pneumonia-like organism, Now these monocytes are phagocytotic in nature. Macrophages are also phagocytotic in nature, and if any microbes get enter in our body, so the macrophages which are present in our WBCs or type of WBCs, or the WBCs undergoes in differentiation to form the monocyte, or monocyte that develop into the macrophages. Some of the natural killer cells are also present that identify or differentiate the foreign cell or transplanted cell or cancerous cell from our body cells. So they differentiate differentiate the other cell of our body, also said to be other cells of same species. So by this method they can identify the foreign cell or transplanted cell or cancerous cell. Due to this mechanism they can easily by the identification they can easily destroy that cell that are infected, or also phagocytose that pathogen or microorganism which are entered in our body. Now macrophages also have the phagocytose mechanism. They phagocytose the different microbes or pathogen which are entered in our bodies. Monocytes have similar to the macrophages because the macrophages are differentiated from the monocytes. So they are also have the phagocytotic nature. Now polymorphonuclear like organism also, these are the lymphocytes, also help in the phagocytosis. Now other than these cells, B lymphocyte or T cell also help in the differentiation of or identification of different type of microorganism. Natural killer cells have the allogenic effect, that means they differentiate the other cell from the different organism from same species of different organism. Also can differentiate the cell of same species of different individual. Now all these cells help in phagocytotic in nature or phagocytose the pathogen or microbes. Macrophages, if they are not able to phagocytose viruses, so they eliminate the chemicals or produce the signals. That signals actually initiate the formation of antibodies if they are not able to fight with the viruses. So these signals are known as cytokines. So fourth barrier is cytokines. Now cytokines produced by the infected cell or mainly for the protection of non-infected cells. So these are interferons released by infected cell for providing immunity against or initiate immunity against the viruses. So if any viruses get attacked any macrophages or any monocyte, they release the signals in the form of interferons or interleukin, or also present in TNF alpha. They also activate the TNF alpha. Now these are the proteins that initiate after that release after the entry of any viruses into the monocyte or macrophages. These macrophages or monocyte release the protein or signals for providing immunity or for indicating that the viral attack happened in our body. So due to this, all the other non-infected cells get alert after the release of interferon by the macrophages. So these interferon, interleukin depend. There are so many interferons or interleukin are generated by the macrophages depending upon the type of viral attack, type of pathogen attack, type of bacterial attack. So all these chemicals depend upon the type or species of viruses and bacteria. So here is the overall about the innate immunity, where the immunity is developed. Immunity is fighting against any disease causing organism conferred by immune system is known as immunity, or study of immunity is known as under the immunology. Or there are two kind of immunity: innate immunity, acquired immunity. Innate immunity we generally derive or present at the time of birth. Or in this innate immunity there are four barriers. The physical barrier, it consists of skin, mucus coating, epithelial, membrane. Now physiological barrier, it is mainly formed by acid or gastrointestinal tract also have acids and enzymes, saliva or tears also present that protect the entry of different microbes in our body. If any microbe get entered in our body, the cellular barrier get worked or get charge of phagocytosis. They phagocytose the entered microbes or pathogen. Now, cytokinins are released by the infected cells or infected immune cells. There are so many cytokinins which are present in our body. The release of these type of cytokinins mainly depend upon the type of infection. So here is the overall about the immunity. In next class, innate immunity. In next class, we will discuss about the acquired immunity. I hope you like this video. So keep listening and watching me, and thank you for listening and watching me.